Hello students, so this is the third and the final video giving you solutions for physics 5 physics questions which have appeared in NTSE 2021 of Karnataka state. So let's start with the 11th question. What does it say? A science teacher asks a student to measure potential difference across the ends of a dry cell. The device needs to be used by the student is. Now what does he have to measure? He has to measure the potential difference, right? So to measure potential difference, usually voltmeter is used, right? So these two options are removed. Either 1 or 4 is right option. Now they are saying that the teacher has given a student dry cell. So this dry cell is a DC supply, like it is a DC supply. Okay, so DC voltmeter obviously has to be used. A few more things related to voltmeter I would like to mention over here. Voltmeter is always connected in parallel with a component, because you have to find out the potential difference between any 2 points and it has to be connected in parallel with something. And if you want to measure current through a circuit, let's say this is a circuit, then you have to connect ammeter in series with the component, or you have to find out the current flowing through an arm, then you have to connect it in series. The ammeter is always connected in series, voltmeter always connected in parallel to any component, where you have to find out the potential difference. Okay, so next is question number 12. Here it says, among the following the body possessing highest momentum is. Okay, so this is a simple question, students. You will have to find out what is the momentum in each case and tell me the answer, right? So what is the formula for momentum? P is equal to m into v, where m is the mass of the object and v is the velocity. So in the first case, what is the product m into v? 8 into 6. This gives you 48. 4 into 11. This gives you 44. This gives you 10 into 4, 40. This gives you 45. So momentum is highest in which case? Obviously it is 48 is the highest among all these 4, right? So option 1 is the right option. I hope these things are clear to you. Next, moving on to the 13th question. It says the pole star appears to be stationary when observed from the earth. This is because pole star is. Okay. So one reason why all stars appears to be moving is because of the motion of the earth. Earth is rotating about its own axis, right? So if the earth is rotating like this, you call this as axis of rotation. Let's say this is north and south. If you see any astronomical objects over here, since earth is moving like this, it is rotating like this, anything which is present here will appear to be rotating, because earth is moving, that is relative velocity. But if there is anything situated at this point, located at this point, there is a star located at this point, then since it is located along the axis of rotation, anyone on earth will see that this object or star is not moving, right? Just because it is on the axis of rotation. The same thing is happening in case of this pole star as well. Okay, so this is, let us look at the options. The pole star appears to be stationary because it is not moving. No, it is like all stars are in motion, nothing in universe is at rest, so everything is in relative motion. So this is not the option. Situated in the direction of earth's axis, yeah, maybe this is the right option, but let's check the other two also. Moves very slowly, which is not recognized by our eyes. No, they won't say it is stationary unless they have found it and they have justified it using telescopes and all that. So this is not an option. Relative velocity of earth and pole star is 0. So what do you think about this one? It is not. Relative velocity is there because it might be moving somewhere else and the earth is also moving somewhere else. The relative velocity is obviously not 0. So this is not an option. Right option obviously is the second one. Coming to the 14th question, it says, read the following and select the correct option. Okay. So statement says, when we pour little petrol on our palm, it causes the palm to feel cool. Okay. So this is right. We obviously feel cool. Now, particles of petrol evaporate using the energy from our palm, which causes the palm to feel cool. Okay. When something is evaporating, it is called volatile, right? So if it is volatile, then it is obviously absorbing heat from our palm. If it is absorbing heat from our palm, that is why we feel very cool, right? The same thing the opposite thing happens when you take a spoon of washing soda and pour a little bit of water in that. You feel very warm. It is because it is exothermic reaction, right? So this is opposite. It is absorbing heat from our palm, that is why we feel cool. Okay. So option A is correct and reason is also right. So the right option over here should be 2. A is correct and B, the reason is also right and the statement is also correct. Okay. Coming to the last physics question of this series, we have a solution is prepared by dissolving 60 gram of sugar in 480 grams of water. Concentration in terms of mass by mass percentage of the solution. Okay. So what all is given over here? Mass of solute is 60 grams and mass of solvent is 480 grams, right? This can be solved. This can be termed as a chemistry question as well, but this is easy question. Most of the questions that have appeared in NTSE 2021 are very easy to moderate kind of questions. So I thought of completing 5 series, so I am including this question as well in the video. Okay. Now, how do you calculate concentration in terms of mass by mass? You have mass of solute in grams divided by mass of solute taken in grams plus mass of solvent. This is also taken in grams. So this is a direct question, students. F60 divided by, this is expressed in percentage. So 60 divided by 60 plus 480 into 100, which gives you around 11.11%. Okay, so the answer over here is 11.11%. So this is like the options are not over here. Alright, so the right answer for this is 11.11%. Okay, so I hope this clarifies your questions and doubts. You have any further doubts or any questions you have to ask me, you may message me in the chat box. Thank you, students.